Good morning, Lewis. I know Derek said he's gonna try to do a call, so he might hop on this, but yeah, last night was crazy. There was a really bad storm, and it's crazy because I'm in the storm capital of the United States, Ocala, Florida, and man, it was crazy. The one lightning like shook my house and everything went out. Wi-Fi, the power, everything. And I didn't have Wi-Fi all last night, unfortunately. Man, this would have been nice. What's up, Alex? Appreciate you hopping on. It's good to see you guys. Hmm. I would love to see something like this. Let's stop sharing. I'd love for this to be a little more tighter. That's better. Kind of like where US 30 is now. It's so much harder to scalp because you're usually scalping a temporary reversal to an MA instead of market off of an MA. But then if you look on the higher time frames, it's usually retesting an MA, so that helps. But it's a lot harder to scalp. I'm not sure, honestly, if it's still valid. Gold might consolidate considering the 4-hour shark fin that Joe was calling the other day. Um, he said anywhere from 1915 to around 1905 would have been a good buy area. And I definitely don't want to get caught up in trying to catch a pullback. But we could see one, a temporary pullback, possibly at NYSE. Sure. US 30's just been so bearish, so looking for that turnaround point is you guys hear me okay? Good. I would love to see this trend line retest off the 200 around the zero point 0.5 fib on Euro USD. The only thing, there's a shark fin here with a 50 and 800 MA cross on the 15. Hmm. Yeah, I guess it would depend on where the TDI is on the 4 hour when it gets there. Because I feel like it like kind of formed a shark fin here. So if it gets there and TDI is still slightly above this, I would consider that divergence and potentially it could potentially pull back. But yeah, I think there's still some more downside. And that would make a lot of sense if it did come to that continue to drop to that 200. And it'll be right around the 50 on the daily, but um that'll also depend on where the TDI is when it gets there. But Derek called me in to scalp, so I'm trying to make you guys some money. I'm trying to catch a trade. Um, VA off the 200 on the 1 minute. That just broke the 50 on the 5. We got a 50, 3. We got a 50 on the 5. It's heading to 15, entering shark fin territory. I don't like this. I don't like the steep divergence here. Could continue to drop, and it's like, look at this huge engulfing candle. This would The market's overall bullish, so it could just be having a nice pullback to this previous support term resistance. We got the break, so this could be the retest. We also have this slight trend line here. Get these peaks. And I would love to see a push here on GA off this 50. We have a trend line. Not so much of a fib level if we're trying to catch that continuation. We also have the 50 on the 3-minute. We got the 200 on the 1. It's we got the 50 like pointing straight up on the 15 with a shark fin about to play. I wish these shark fins were a little steeper. Yeah, this thing could just keep dropping. AU looks good too. See where that is. At the 200 there, the 5. For now, it would be whenever I have free time. Unfortunately, I do have a day job, so and that does interfere with my schedule. But I'm going to try to do calls every night around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for about an hour, and then I'm going to try to do AM calls before Joe hops on for NYSE around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 10 p.m. at night and then 7 a.m. I would like to see this here. AU on the 1 minute, we have a 200 MA We have a 618 fib. I'm pretty sure I can finagle a trend line somewhere. Do we these in this down channel? Don't like this as much, but I do like the breaks, like touch, break, retest, touch, touch. Same thing over here, same thing over here, same thing over here. Of course, we have structure as well, support, support, resistance, resistance. This will be okay too. The reason I don't know about AUD Chief because we have those bullish shark fins on the 30, 15, 5, but then that bearish shark fin off the 1 minute and then the 3 minute as well. And we have bullish shark fins more on the higher time frames. And when they're bearish on the lower, I just feel like it's going to consolidate a little bit. And I'm really not trying to catch a swing. I want to be able to be in it and be out of it with you guys while on the call. I mean, I think of all these, to be honest, I like AU the most. It looks like it's about to set up. This will probably be more market execution because I was going to say 850, but I can see it hitting 848 and just dropping like it always does. I didn't like GA as much. So much bearish momentum. But we are seeing a shark fin on the 5 minute off the 50. I wish it was steeper. If the shark fin was down here and the bands weren't so wide on TDI. Like you see the bands so wide. Yeah, where it would be the 50 off the 5 minute, 200 on the 1 minute, and just above the 50 on the 3 minute. And hopefully it's it's outside of the bands on the 15 when it gets there. That would be even better. I'd be more comfortable with the touch of the 50 instead of waiting for the 1 minute 200. So on 8 cap, it's 845, something like that, 850. This will be really nice if we just get that nice break and retest. We got NYSE in 12 minutes. We have flash manufacturing and flash services around 845. This could continue to push US 30. Surveying about 400 purchasing managers was asked respondents to rates the relative level of business conditions. Yeah. And the reports are usually better than forecasted. But this past month we had a negative impact. So gold. I'm not messing with gold. I feel like gold's just gonna push off Joe's, 4-hour shark fin from yesterday off this area. Not really. I don't know if it's ready to see new highs, but this thing could just keep pushing. To have divergence on the daily like this, so deep, it could just push. It could actually, we could see a retest of that high of 2050. Man, that's a beautiful shark fin. Or it could, head to that 50 moving average and just consolidate. Tell me I missed AU. Didn't quite touch the 50, like grazed this trend line. It did react off the 200 on the 1 minute, but I think if it was gonna leave, we would have had a bigger reaction. To be honest, I'm so used to going through all the different pairs, but now I'm starting to have favorites with scalping, and I'm also trying to stick to certain time frames. It's good to do a top-down analysis to know overall structure, but a scalp is just a small portion of the actual move in the market. And it may seem like a lot, but it really isn't. Man, this is we have NYSE in 7 minutes. I still check the 4 hour, 1 hour, 45 minute, all the way down to the 1 minute. Man, that would suck if AU like just left us. But at this point, I feel like if it does retest, we could see a break. I would still wait for that retest only because the bands are super tight with RSI sticking out on the 1 minute, showing that it could push up, and then the shark fin hasn't completely formed yet on the 5 minute. And we're still waiting, technically waiting on the 15. I'm not too biased on, chart patterns like this one here, but sometimes it does just flow with other confluence. If this was more like this, um this was more like this. Let me see if I can do this. Usually when we see market do something like this, where it's pushed up, comes down, retest, retest, retest. We see the bottom, and then we see a continued push up. In cases like this, we have the down channel that's created, and then we see a continued push down. Just don't like the TDI in the 1 minute now. It's so I would like for the 15 minute to be where it needs to be. That's right, yeah. That would be nice. Really be keeping those gold trades secret. NYSE in 3 minutes. Man, I wish that 50 wasn't so low on the daily. 800 wasn't below on the 45. I love how it didn't push to retest, just kind of flowed with this 50, so we could see continued downside. Man, I'm just getting used to this MacBook, so just bear with me, guys. I think it's so weird. I'm really hoping for that retest at the open. And then I'll be more comfortable jumping in. I actually like this for a buy opportunity at the open. We got slight divergence here on the 5-minute. We have a shark fin on the 1-minute. Oh, there it goes. Honestly not sure what the plans are for the FX Summit next year. I think they're doing it in Dubai. That's what I heard. And if only this 565 maybe? That'll probably be better. Around like 600. Man, I wish this wasn't here. Because that would be more like where I would want my stop. Yeah, I think AU is leaving. Well, let's see US 30 drop to like 570 for a nice buy opportunity. Gold is just pushing. Yeah, silver took off. I like this 200 on the 445. It's reacting off the 200 and the 30 now. It'll be right below the 800 and the 15. I just like that structure, that level, and that psych number, that 1940. If I were to take this, I would scalp it straight back to previous structure here. 1940 right back to 1930. Man, well, we missed AU, or at least I did. I don't know if anybody took this based off of the chart markup. I knew it was going to be more market execution than anything. I would have been sick if I set it at 850 and then it missed us by not even a pip. Um, it's still, I don't know. I don't know. The way it looks, it kind of just looks like it's flowing with that 5 minute 50, 5 minute 50 off the trend line with the, the fib level, shark fin. Like this is a nice little setup. But then the 15, 30 just kind of make me feel like it still has room to pull back. Maybe even take out everybody up here and then drop. But this is solid. Did anybody take this on AU? Might even get a nice continued push on gold straight to 1940. I wish the 50 was a lot more flat. Yeah, missed by a hair. Oh man. 5 minute supply and 50. So I'm glad someone caught it. I don't want to jump. I'd want to scout gold to the upside, but I don't like this 30-minute 200. You know, you got a shark fin on the 1 hour, 45 deep shark fins, but they're not like where we want them. You know, the 4 hour is still in play and the daily is still in play. So I think it could just keep pushing. Even from here, like it could just keep going straight to 40. Yeah, it does look like it. Looks like AUD could be retesting that area. I would take it. If it comes back to that 50 on the 5, I would take it. And it looks like if it does, that shark fin on the 15 will be valid. Just think it's way too soon to be trying to catch shorts here on gold. Like I wouldn't even be trying to short gold at all. I'd just be looking for buys in general. Um, I just think it's too early to be trying to short it. Is the RSI set to 8? Should be. Yeah. I mean, overall, I think Aussie is bullish. Like the Aussie at the US dollar, I think it's bullish. I really just like the scalping opportunity. People have like it's funny, people begged and begged for like scalping. Oh, like let's do scalp sessions. Let's find some is there any way we can trade inside of these shark fins? And I'm constantly asked to look at the 4-hour and daily. I love it. I personally want to completely convert at one point to swing or intraday. It's just right now I'm a lot more comfortable with being in and out of trades because then I know whether the analysis I'm doing works. I keep getting asked what's my win rate. I would say with the amount of trades I take, um yeah, scalping is better if you have a job, but like I was saying, with the amount of trades I take and depending on the setup, so this would be a nice, I would say it's a B plus setup. Mainly because I'm trading against structure for a pullback. But if it was in like a downward trend, I would consider this an A plus setup. Well, normally my trades are a 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. And right now, um, I'm becoming a lot more conservative with each trade I take. Yep, the nice retest and then boom. Man, that's right. Yeah, win rate means nothing if there's a bad risk to reward. Anybody catch AU? I mean, it hasn't left yet, but it still kind of like has that big bearish engulfing candle. Yeah, man, no problem, Troy. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I mean, without you guys, there would be no me and Joe or Derek, so we appreciate you. Um, and James, don't worry, bro. Like I will always look over higher time frames, 4-hour daily. I don't mind doing that because it kind of it keeps me sharp. It kind of keeps me on my toes. There are sometimes I'm looking for scalps on the lower time frames, and then I don't even bother looking at the 4-hour, and I realized that it's something completely against my trade. So I I I never mind looking at those time frames. I mean, it's really why Derek transitioned to swing intraday because like it's such a technically based trade strategy, but it like mixed with fundamentals, which most of the time there is news going on, it can be a very strong strategy. And with scalping, you can get caught up in trying to chase something that's not even there. So it's just overall, I think intraday swing trading is better for you as a trader. But I think scalping is what kind of sharpens that sword, sharpens your trading, gets you comfortable with using the strategy over and over and over, and then eventually, you know, when your time is filled with other things like Trader Society Academy and helping others learn, you can turn to swing trading so you can trade a lot less but still have the same results. It can work both ways, Trizzy. I don't think I can't say scalping's better than intraday for passing challenges. I just think that overall being um your R&R has to matter. It has to make sense. I wouldn't say, okay, if I'm gonna scalp, I'm gonna risk, 50% of the max daily drawdown on one trade, since I usually take two intraday trades and risk 1%. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't say that. I would say to take more trades, to split up your normal risk. So if you risk 1% usually in a trade on an intraday swing, I would probably break that up into 3 or 4, because if you're scalping, you're going to be taking multiple trades or multiple entries. So I would split it up, and then make sure your stop is always that same 0.5, 0.25%. Always make sure that stays the same. Man, did anybody get an AU? This is a good trade, to be honest. Like, you get a 5-minute trend line, a 5-minute shark fin. We got the 50 MA, we got a fib level. Like, those are the confluence you look for. And if you do that 100 times, I wouldn't say a day, but like 100 times, you'll get so used to finding those entries on the 4-hour daily that then you'll start looking for those, because you want those nice big long trades that are going to work in your favor maybe all week. Say you're like, I would love to be a swing trader. I just don't have that time that I can spend on the charts as much as I want. And I'm usually at work, so I can't watch trades. And do I think the news has affected AU? Let's see. I didn't even look. I forgot all about the flash manufacturing. So yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure because it came out negative. It came out less than forecast. And it's for the US dollar. So you would think it would go against the pair, but um then the flash services was actually greater than forecast. So that probably balanced out the negativity, and then it did pump up the volume. It did. See, at this point, so on a scalp, since it's off the 5-minute with the 50, I would start going on the lower time frames, like the 1-minute, the 3-minute, lower than 5-minute, to start looking for shark fins and confluence against the trade to see if this is where we should take partials. So there is a previous shark fin here that hasn't formed yet. So I would 100% at this point take partials and set trade to break even. And AU sells. I would have loved to see US 30 come to 570, but it came to around 630 and pushed. And then gold pushed up and then just had a slight pullback. So we had a nice push on gold to 1937, almost to 1940 from that area. And then now we had that pullback to entry at 1932. And then we could see this hit 1940 soon. I didn't really look at NAS. It used to be one of my favorite pairs, but it was the worst moving pair or indice all of last year. Let's see. Yep. US 30 touch support, higher time frame. Yep. GA following up. EU. I didn't check back with EU, but it hasn't gotten to that level yet. EuroCAD. I don't think I marked up EuroCAD. And GA is playing out really nice, holding that level of support. But all right, guys, I'm going to call it. I appreciate everyone hopping on. This is pretty much how the calls are going to be. They're only going to be for a little over an hour or an hour long. I'll be looking over whatever pairs I can look over. I'm usually really quick with it. It's hard for me to follow up with you guys and check out the charts that you guys want me to look at, because I'm so focused on what I'm used to doing, which is checking out the pairs that I'm used to, like AU, USD CAD, EU, GA, and I'm starting to create this list of pairs that work the best with scalping the shark fin. And people will say if you take away the pair, it's just another chart. And that may be true, but I just feel like I've had better luck and more consistency with certain pairs. So I'm comfortable with that. But I hope everyone has a great day. Feel free to message me if you have any questions. And yeah, this call is recorded, so you guys can, I'm sure that it's gonna be made available somewhere. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out. Peace.